You got to think about what happens 3 months, 6 months, next November 2012. And the reason why you have to read Rules for Radicals by Saul Alinsky is because that's the playbook. How many people remember from that movie Patton, when Patton defeated Rommel, and he stood there and said, Rommel, you know what? I read your book. That was one of the first books that I had to read as a young lieutenant. It was called Attacks. It was the infantry tactics of Rommel from World War I. We have to start studying. We have to understand. We can't just come around and forget that we have to be able to prove that we can govern. We have to be able to prove that it's not just about what we see before us, but understanding how do we set the conditions for success later on. So when I sat down and I looked at what was happening with this debt ceiling debate, I understood that there were 4 things that the president and the Democrats, the liberals, wanted to see happen. Number 1, they had to have someone to blame, whether it was a manufactured crisis or a real crisis. They were going to look for someone to blame because that's the nature of who they are. And you just heard Pam talk about this. What happened on the Sunday talk shows? Every single talking head, all of a sudden, Tea Party downgraded. The second thing you have to understand is the President of the United States wanted and demanded a clean debt ceiling raise, $2.4 trillion, nothing attached to it. The third thing that he wanted was that he never had to worry about or hear about debt or anything about fiscal responsibility as you go into 2012, into that election year. And the fourth thing the president wanted was to raise taxes. Now, if you can understand that strategic setting, if you can understand that being their goals and objectives as they went into this debate, we were successful. You were successful in keeping them from getting those 4 very critical things they want to see happen. But even more so, guess how successful you've been. What were you all upset about a year ago this time? Healthcare law. Everyone was talking about the healthcare law. Now, what are you upset about this year? You're upset about we haven't cut enough spending. In 1 year, the conversation in the United States of America, the conversation in Washington, D.C. has changed. And that's because of what you all have been able to do. To the point that there was a Democrat congressman, when they had their Democrat caucus meeting, he started screaming and yelling, those Tea Party terrorists are holding us hostage and they're keeping us from spending more money.